welcome to another episode of This Podcast Fits Your Macros. It's me, Coach Caileen, the Macro Queen, and across the way we have Coach Ryan, the Gains Master, first in his name, you know, all the rest of that stuff that comes along with that.
First in his name. Is that a saying? What is that?
That's Game of Thrones shit, man. God damn.
I quit Game of Thrones. I quit it. I quit it. I gave up.
You never finished The House of Dragon, did you?
No. Again,
Damn.
That's the second season of it that I've done this with. I'll get a few in and I'm like, you know what? This is just, because I don't know what they do. It seems like they like, not that everybody came here to listen to House of the Dragon critique, but it seems like, they blow out the budget or something on the first few, and then they just drag out the episodes in the end season. Like, oh, wait, we did too much. Now slow it down. We got a lot of people watching. Mm-hmm. Everybody's trying to get paid, folks. Everybody's trying to get paid. I don't like it, but it is what happens.
You know.
How are you doing, Caileen?
Doing awesome. Not much to report here. Just cruising.
Yep, another day in the office. Random podcast today. What are we talking about? Let's tell people what we're doing.
What did you call it? You had a good name for it that I totally
Go-teen.
Go-teen, yes.
Go-teen. Grab and go proteins, people. Yes. And I guess I'll just say,
go ahead.
We're talking about protein because it's the number one most important macro in my opinion, right? Like, I don't know what your opinion is on that, Caileen, but
most def.
Yeah, I mean, and for everybody's goal, come on, just health and wellness. Even if you don't want to lift, you don't want to work out, you don't even care how you look, you need more protein probably. All right, so we're gonna tell you, easy ways to grab and go with some protein, because a lot of people, it blows my mind with how much protein stuff we got in this world, but people still have the hardest time. Like, oh, I can't figure out how to get it in. I can't get enough. I can't get to 150 grams. I had 150 grams for breakfast, all right? That's what we're talking about here. So we'll go over some things. But, Caileen, what do you got for us on the Is It Worth the Macro front? Anything today?
I got a double whammy. I got a double whammy for us. If
Dang,
you're not
2 in
watching,
1, huh?
I secured the Coke-flavored Oreos and the Diet Coke. Wait, Oreo-flavored Diet Coke, which, I don't know, I feel like it's like the collab of the century. I don't know. But, I've been anxiously waiting to try it. And so has everybody else on the Instagram. I posted that I got it, and everybody was like, oh my gosh, you got to tell me what it is.
How did you get it, by the way? Did you do some secret operations? Because
no.
I happened to be in an Oreo aisle at the store the other day. And I was like, I just want to see if this is here, because I knew you had it, but it was not there.
Well, your grocery stores aren't as cool as mine, I guess. This is at the local Kroger branch, Fry's, in Arizona is what they're called. So
you just snagged it at the normal store.
I did. It wasn't even
at Walmart. You didn't have to break into a secret Oreo vault or anything. It just happened.
No.
Wow.
I wish that they would send me this shit early, because obviously...
Yeah, put Caileen on the Oreo payroll, people. Okay, please. She will test your shit for free.
I will. Oh, but yeah, so these, it's weird how much they smell like Coca-Cola. It's kind of weird, but let's
We're on the Oreos right now for those people watching from or listening.
The ASMR is giving it away, the packaging. Serving size, 2 cookies, 29 grams, 6 grams fat, 21 grams carbs, less than 1 gram of protein. I'm looking at the ingredients. Coca-Cola syrup is involved, which is high fructose corn syrup, caramel, color, water, phosphoric acid, natural flavor, and a bunch of the usual suspects in there. So,
did you say Coca-Cola syrup?
Yes, that's what I was like, let me look at the, because after last week, you got me thinking, what the hell is in this shit?
That's pretty crazy right there. Coca-Cola syrup. They just leave it at that. Who knows what that is?
Look at how half red? Are, though. Half red, half black, with some cream in the middle. And let's try it out.
There's quite a crunch there.
Mm-hmm. They're not stale this time. Last time they were stale because my family left them open and ate them all.
Not stale. Very crunchy.
Not eating the whole thing. That was not good. That's
really?
Not good.
What?
Yeah, that's...
What do you mean it's not good? I did not expect this result, folks. We need to run this back. Replay.
Just kidding. No, this is actually quite terrible. It smells
What do you mean it's quite terrible?
I don't know. Just doesn't. Those flavors do not mesh well. Like,
so what does it taste like? Give it to the folks at home here. It tastes like an Oreo with chocolate?
No, it tastes like, because this is a Coke flavored Oreo. So you know, like how you get like those like
flavored.
Yeah. Like
Okay.
the Coca-Cola like flavored like slushies or whatever. And it doesn't taste quite like a Coca-Cola, but it has like the essence of a Coca-Cola flavor. Feels like that, but then like, you know, because it does have the Oreo cookie on one side, I feel like the red side is a golden Oreo, which essentially is like flavorless. But when you add like that Dutch processed cocoa flavor, it just like, I don't know, it's not my favorite. My daughter actually tried it and she also did not like it. And this is probably the first Oreo that she has not liked in her life. That's probably why there's still so many in there. Brad liked it, of course. So 2 out of 3.
You know, if we had a macro show for Brad, it'd be 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10.
Grandma Walker even tried it this time around. Grandma Walker lives with us, and she actually loved them too. So I don't know, but it's a no from me.
Something going on with the Walker taste buds. That's what we know.
Yeah. So, but the girls, well, us younger girls say no. But
no.
I gotta say, I'm super jazzed for the Oreo flavored Coca-Cola because I feel like
you didn't prequel this already, right? You haven't had this yet.
No.
Okay.
I haven't. So let's try it out.
Gotta keep you honest around here.
It's a tiny can, which always makes me feel like a giant whenever I have these. So let's go for the ASMR.
Those are silly. I almost just went deaf on that one.
You don't need your ears, do you? All right.
No.
So macros on this, 0s along the board. Usual suspects as far as ingredients go. Aspartame, sucralose. So smells interesting. That I could jam with. That's not bad at all.
So that tastes like an Oreo liquid Oreo.
Oh, you know, I'm gonna be burping this whole time from this, by the way, just so you know. Excuse me. I do not drink carbonated
is
stuff.
Not prepared.
I just don't drink a lot of carbonated stuff.
Yeah.
But it's not bad. It's not my favorite diet soda of all time. Like, it leaves a distinct creamy-ish aftertaste. So I would drink the rest of that can. I won't for the sake of our viewers because I'm already going to have like 20 burps from just those two sips.
This is obviously worth the macros then because there's 0 macros, right?
Yeah.
I have 0?
0s across the board, yeah. So if you're all right with the artificial sweeteners that are probably going to give us all cancer, go for it. I found Zevia sodas. Have you heard of those before?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, they have them at Costco now. And
do they?
Or wait, no, sorry. They have them at Sam's Club because I go to Sam's Club now. I just merged the 2 box stores in my head. But anyway, so these days, if I'm doing a diet soda, I'm probably doing a stevia because they're stevia sweetened versus, this stuff. And I feel like stevia is the lesser of 5 evils.
It's definitely got to be lesser. Like, you know how sucralose was invented, right?
Oh, yeah.
No, nobody on this podcast probably does, but it was an insecticide, folks. They made it to kill shit, and then somebody tasted it. Again, this is like whoever came up with we should all just drink cow's milk. I'm like, who's the first person that figured that out? And then also, who figured out sucralose tastes good? They made it to kill bugs. And they're putting it wherever some guy like licked his fingers or something's like, wait a minute. It's a miracle. It tastes so sweet. We better eat this. Put it in everyone's food, right? So, and we'll probably get some hate from all these fucking flexible diet or whatever people out there that love sucralose. But hey, you got to admit, it's a little crazy,
you know what?
Have you ever seen the thing with ants? Have you seen the thing with ants? This is a fun home experiment for anybody. Go get yourself some, sucralose Splenda or something like that, and then some table sugar. And like, if you got ants in your yard or wherever outside your house or whatever, put it outside. Put both of them. They will not go to the sucralose. They won't even eat it. They'll be eating the fuck out of the sugar because they know it'll kill them. Right? This is a study by Coach Ryan. Go test it out, folks. Test it out. It's true though. It won't happen. It's weird. It is weird.
I'm gonna try that out too.
You should make a reel about it, and then watch. As soon as you do it, all of a sudden the ants will just go for the sucralose.
Yeah, the Arizona ants are like, fuck you,
They're
sucralose.
like, we don't care. We were engineered in a lab anyway. We don't care.
YOLO!
Are they even real ants? We don't know. We'll never know. How do you know if a real ant or a fake ant? You don't know. You'll never know, right? Could be. No. See, we're just going off crazy. The rocker.
This is what happens when we caught on a Friday.
Let's get back. Yeah, this was not a podcast that was planned, folks. We just threw this in. Go team. Are we ready to go to Go team?
Go team, yes. And I feel like we've touched a little bit of these here and there. And
a little bit. But I mean, let's just make a wholesome episode for the folks at home. We've talked about it we talked about some last time, but all right, let's go, Caileen. You travel a lot. You like to travel. Yes. We talk about our favorite protein sources, often, but let's go into, not only travel zone, but also just for the everyday, busy person, right? Like I hear all the time from people, they can't eat their protein 4 or 5 times a day. It's too much, blah, blah, blah. But, in this world, it's kind of crazy how much protein sources there are. So give me one. We have no plan, folks. We're just going.
Yeah,
we're pulling out of our brain. This is straight experience of eating protein for 15 years or whatever the hell it's been. All right, let's see what we got here. Go, Caileen. What do you got? Give me one. Your favorite go-teen.
My favorite goatine is disgusting, but I'm a weirdo. It's a can of chicken. It's a full-ass can of chicken.
I knew it was going to be the first one.
Right out the gates, we're going to go with that.
How did I know we were going straight to canned Chickenville?
45 grams of protein. If your goal is like 150, that's a 30 protein for the day. You don't even need to barely, but you could eat 3 cans of chicken and eat your protein goal. I don't suggest that, but let me tell you, if you're starting out and you're trying to think of a healthy on-the-go thing, can of chicken, some Bolthouse Ranch dressing, mix it all up, maybe some avocado instead if you want to go with the wholer ingredients, which obviously I recommend. Yeah. Throw some fucking hot sauce on that shit. It's fucking delicious, man. And if you have more macros, you can mix it with some cream cheese. The state of the chicken is very questionable, but it gets your protein in. Alternatively, it's not as to-go handy because you will have to put it in a Tupperware, but the Costco rotisserie chicken breasts, if you want to go a little bit higher quality chicken, just grab a packet of that shit and mix it up on the go. It's great. So I'm going to have a lot of weird suggestions. Obviously yours are probably going to be a little bit more normal. Also mine will probably require I don't know either. I mean, honestly, some of the food that we're going to talk about isn't normal also, but mine will be
where you started us isn't normal. Let's be frank.
I know.
Caileen be in the corner somewhere eating out of a fucking can of chicken. Like Gollum looking for the ring. Where is it? Got to get this 45 gram of protein. Let me go. You started us in Weirdville, but hey, you know what, people? Maybe we should talk about why it's so important to get protein first, just to make sure, because we went straight to canned chicken, and that's great. But folks, you got to understand, right? All of your goals require protein, no matter what. I don't care who you are, and if you're skimping on protein, you're skimping on results. Okay, that's the way it is. It's amazing. You can take somebody who does nothing else. Absolutely nothing, and give them just more protein in the day, another 30 grams of protein. They'll lose weight, they'll burn fat, they'll build muscle. Literally, that's it. You can do that shit. I've done that with clients. I'll have clients that are older maybe or something, and they're starting from zero, never worked out in their life, and they're in their mid-60s, and they're like, oh, I want to lose some weight, build some muscle. Okay, great. Start your day with 30 grams of protein. That's what I tell them. And literally, they'll start burning fat, building muscle, doing nothing else, not walking, not exercising, not lifting. Again, it just happens. So if you're void in protein, it's a bad problem. It's I don't even know. It's a waste of your time to even go to the gym. Honestly, if you're gonna go to the gym with zero protein, half your protein intake you actually need, you're fucking wasting your time. You're tearing down more than you're building. All right. So it is really important. And there is no excuse. I don't think there's a good excuse for people that say you can't be done while you travel or, because you work. Everybody fucking works, guys. Come on now. I mean, Caileen's sitting in her house eating some cans of chicken every now and then. A little bit easier than some, but, truth of the matter is, you see the craziest types of people that have the hardest jobs in the world still get protein in. I used to know a bunch of firefighters. These guys be on, a firefight in the woods somewhere for fucking weeks sometimes, and they're not going home. They're still getting the damn protein, folks, okay? You got to do what you got to do. So that's why it's important. Okay, went to canned chicken, go team. Caileen, give us another one. What do you got? Give me another one here. On the go. Let's just throw you in a situation because we have no plan for this episode. You are at the airport and you realize that all your cans of chicken have been confiscated. They went through the little thing and they're like, this might be cocaine. We can't let you have this.
They do pass through TSA, just so you know. But because
today they did it. Today they didn't. It was a vegan that was at the thing, the checker, and they're like, no way. We're not letting this lady have canned chicken. So you don't have it. And now you're in that zone where you got to get that protein. What are you going to do? All right.
I'm going to the dumb stores and I'm paying way too much for jerky and protein bars in the little convenience stores is what I'm going to do for an airplane snack. If there's a restaurant there, I'm going to go to the restaurant and order a chicken breast because almost every restaurant will have a chicken breast and I'll pay $30 for a stupid fucking chicken breast. But I will collect a lot of snacks on the go as well because they ain't got no protein on those airplane snacks. I'm telling you right now. I mean,
snack
maybe
collector.
You could get like a pack of pistachios. I think I got on one trip. Then you get like hella fats with that. So now my fats have been reeled in a little bit. So I'm back on my lower fat train, but I get more carbs. So it's a good deal. But anyway, protein bars, protein shakes, those little to-go stores, they'll have them. You'll just pay way more for them. But to be honest, I usually travel with a few of those too. So if that were to happen, I have backup protein. I have backup protein everywhere. Protein. I have protein coming out my ass. You got a backup
for your backup for your protein, right? Because Caileen ain't missing the games, you guys, if you haven't learned this. But okay, good. I got you. Airport. And you're going straight for a protein bar. What kind? Do you discriminate? Do you pick an exact kind or you just go with whatever?
I think I talked about this on the last episode.
Big Crunch. That's your favorite one.
That's the tastiest. It is not the most protein nutrient or,
dense,
the shit inside is pretty nasty too, but it tastes fucking delicious. But, so if I want a treat, maybe I'll get one of those. But I do like the RX bars because they're not as much protein as I would like. And they're more fats than I would like. But it's just egg whites, dates, and like peanuts and shit like that. So that's usually my go-to. I think Truvia makes some bars, but I got them once. And it was the same thing. Not as much protein as I would like. More fat than I would like, but the ingredients are cleaner. So it's really a trade-off of what you want. The lower fat, higher protein, lower carb bars are going to be filled with a bunch of shit that will probably make you so farty on that airplane that you don't want to live anymore. So it's definitely a gamble you have to take. Sometimes I'll just be like, you know what? Most of the times if I'm traveling, I'm not working out that day. So I will be less hungry overall. So I don't have to go as volume oriented as usual, so I can usually fit one or two RX bars, maybe I bring protein powder from home too everywhere I go because I have like 20 different types of protein just in case there was an apocalypse and there's no protein available because still got to get those gains.
World War III breaks out, you'll be able to deliver protein to yourself and your neighbors for at least a year. That's the way. But truth of the point. That is interesting. Not all protein bars are created equal, folks. Do not assume they are. Even though they all pretty much suck. There's definitely, if we're looking at a macro perspective, there's definitely, sometimes you see a protein bar and you pull it up, it's got 6 grams of protein. I'm like, what the hell are you doing with 6 grams in anything and calling it a protein? I mean, you might as well eat 3 almonds or something at that point, folks. It's not working, okay? It's not what you need. And then it's like loaded with 50 carbs or something. It's a carb bar. That's a carb bar. That ain't a protein bar. It's a carb bar, right?
I got so mad because there are some members of my family who aren't as savvy. And I remember one of my sisters, not Maura, was trying to get into macros. And, so she sends me a picture of this protein bar. It's literally called, I think, a Go Macro bar. So it's like in my head, and in her head, she's like, oh, it's macros.
Macros good, yeah.
Yeah. Fucking worst macros I've ever seen in my whole life for a bar. I'm like, this is supposed to be a protein. What the fuck? I'm like, no. Like, that was her first lesson. And do not trust any, whatever fucking shit. But Anyway, that's...
Well, the funny thing is I've done posts, not in a long time, but I did posts back in the day that were like protein bar compared to like a Snickers or something, macro-wise and ingredient-wise. And a lot of times there are certain protein bars out there, you know, we won't name names, but there's many of them that literally the macros and ingredients on a Snicker are fucking better for you. Right? Like, it's kind of crazy. Yeah. So if you were really going to go down the path, right, like you could just go have a Snickers then. If you got a bar fix, granted, not protein, but really some of these bars don't got a lot of protein anyway. It's not even worth it. And a lot of times too, you know, we talk about supplement industry and the gimmicks they do. They're putting protein in there that's like, who even knows is it even bioavailable? Are you even getting any of it? We don't know. They don't know. They just put this shit in the bar and sell it to people and say protein on it. People will buy it.
Yeah. Put a shit ton of artificial sweeteners so it tastes good in there. Mm-hmm. Flavor it some crazy flavor, you know, and that's
I looked at one protein bar. Like a week ago. I looked at one and it had like literally, I was just looking at it at the store because I just look at weird shit at the store, mainly for this podcast. I'm like, I've got to come up with things to talk about. But I was looking at it and I swear it had like 6 different seed oils in it. I was like, what the fuck? It's like coconut something oil, fucking this oil, sunflower oil, high oleanic, whatever. I'm like, what the hell is in this? This is an oil bar. It's just oils. Where are you even getting all that? You know, what are you doing to this thing to get all these damn oils out of it? But anyway. Point of the matter is that's still in a fix, better than nothing, folks. That's what we should be talking about here. Goatine, a lot of times, isn't going to be the most ideal option. That's all right. You got to make do. You got to get it done, you know? It's still, I would rather, I mean, I don't know, maybe your opinion's different on this, Caileen. We can talk about it. I would rather somebody go eat the worst protein than not get it in the first place.
For sure. And it's all a matter of where you are at life and too, because we've talked so many times, like 5 years ago, I was fucking protein queen. Like that's all I ate. Like, obviously I ate like a little bit of chicken and ground turkey here and there, but a lot of my protein came from these different sources. So no shame in your game if that's where you're at right now. No shame in your game if you're drinking diet sodas because you're trying to cut down on the real thing. Like, there's a time and place for everything. So if you're listening to this feeling discouraged, please know that's not what we mean by this. We're just giving caveats because everybody who's listening to this is coming in at different points. But I do want to move on with a good, it gets like 4.5 stars for me as a protein on the go that you can usually find most places, and that is hard-boiled eggs already peeled on the go. Have you seen those? Like, I've
seen them before, yeah.
I mean, they're a little sketch because it's like, hopefully I don't shit my brains out and puke
what
everywhere.
Did you do to those eggs? That's exactly what I think. How? Because eggs in my fridge wouldn't last that long. What did you do to them? But hey, they say somehow they last like 3 months.
I don't know, man. I feel like eggs are air.
How many times have you eaten those?
Those hard-boiled eggs, not that often, to be honest, because...
And never had a failure from it.
For me, it's, you know what I've done super sketch in my life? Let's just go on. So I talked about airport lounges, I think, last week or one of the other episodes. Mm-hmm. I, one time, had, 5 minutes to be in this lounge, and I knew it was going to be a long day. So, I ate as much protein as I could there, but then I took one of their drink cups, and I stuffed, 4 hard-boiled eggs in there and, put a napkin over it and stuffed it in my backpack. No cold cooler or anything. I was traveling for a show, too, so I was like, this is really dicey, but I also, I had a lot more fats at that point, too, so I was like, damn, I could eat, 20 hard-boiled eggs, and it'd be fine. Anyway, I ate them, and I was fine, thank God. But I feel like hard-boiled eggs are a little bit more durable than you think. I don't know. That's one of the more sketchy times that I've eaten hard-boiled eggs. But yeah, so I feel like that's pretty comparable. I mean, it sat in my bag for 3 hours with no cold pack or anything. So, and I was fine after that. And who knows how long it was sitting out in that fucking lounge. That's for sure. It was at least a couple hours there. So
yeah. Well, it is. You take the risk for the gains, folks. That's what you do sometimes. I mean, I've done it. We've all done it. I've done it. I've done it with,
What's the sketchiest thing you've eaten? What's the sketchiest thing you've eaten in the name of protein gains?
For protein, I mean, probably, well, this goes back to the Chinese buffet, which I think I've talked about on this podcast, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but that was... that was months of that. Who knows? That was crazy back then. That was For those that haven't heard this episode, there was a Chinese buffet that was by my old gym that I used to work at, and used to go there all the time after a workout, because this is back in the day when buffets cost you like $7. So even my broke ass working the front desk at the gym making fucking $7 an hour was okay to eat it every now and then. And so we'd go down to this buffet that's right next to the gym, hit a great workout, go load up on protein, hit the place, and then come to find that all of the proteins that were supposedly being fed to this place closed down. It closed down eventually, and I was like, God, what happened? It closed down. It's so sad. Anyway, the people that closed it, they just left. They just left one day. They didn't like, hey, we're closing, everybody come in. They just left, and they left everything in it. They left all this stuff. It's kind of crazy story, honestly, but eventually the cops had to break in there because it was locked and it was just left and nobody was paying rent there. And so everything's in there, and they've go in the back of the kitchen, and they found out that it was a whole bunch of different animals, but none that were, basically the animals that were being presented as chicken and beef and these things. So I don't remember. I remember one of them that I used to get all the time was teriyaki chicken skewers, and it turned out to be turtle skewers. So that was interesting.
Oh my gosh.
I ate that shit a lot. I mean, who knows what that, and they were not like wild turtles. I'm sure you can eat turtles. I mean, people probably eat turtles, right? Somewhere, but these were probably like Petco turtles or something. There's a pet shop at the other end of the shopping mall. I mean, who knows what was going on, but it was crazy. No, that was probably some of the sketchiest stuff, because I don't even know what it was to this day. Could have been any kind of meat. But I knew the cop guy, the police officer that broke in there to, clean up the place or whatever, because he worked out at the gym. And he's like, you do not even want to know the things that I found in there. He's like, I couldn't even believe it. And I guess he just walked in, and there's all kinds of just weird meats hanging from the ceilings and stuff. No refrigeration. I mean, it's a miracle. But hey, you know what? Maybe it gave me a superpower. Maybe it's like,
maybe it's like
Spider-Man getting bit by that radioactive spider, and he becomes, hey, maybe that's the key. Coach Ryan ate a bunch of weird animal meat for months on end, and here he is. Look at him. So I don't know. But that was, I don't know, because then you're looking at MyFitnessPal, you're like, oh, chicken skewers.
Yeah, what are the macros on turtle?
I don't even know. That's a great question.
Look real quick.
People got to eat turtle, though. I mean, it can't be that weird, but it's definitely weird if you don't know that you're eating it. Like, it was one of those times that you just didn't know. Oh, I found some turtle meat. Did you find some too?
No, I just find the candy version of turtles.
Oh, yeah. I found turtle meat. It's got some pretty decent macros. Very lean. What do you know? 3 ounces of turtle meat is 0 carbs, 0.5 fat, and 16.8 protein. That's pretty good.
3 ounces, right? I found
the secret. It's the secret.
It's verified turtle meat. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, I didn't know. I've never seen turtle meat in the store, but I mean, I know that, a lot of the stuff that we eat in America is not really. A lot of other cultures eat a lot of things, so I wouldn't be surprised. But
I'm gonna add turtle to my meal plan.
Seriously, the turtle
macros. Good ass macros.
That really is like debate. That's perfect for you, especially when we go low fat later in prep, right?
Yeah.
You just start snacking on turtals.
Damn.
I can't imagine they have much meat.
With that restaurant?
Yeah, we need to get a turtle. Anybody that's got turtle meat that they're selling, hit Kayleen up, okay?
But if it tastes fishy, I'm out of there. So let me know.
It definitely tastes like chicken. I know that, because that was for sure. I had no clue that it was not chicken. I was blown away by that. I was like, what do you mean?
What do you mean that was turtle? Shit, I'm going to find some fucking turtles.
Oh, sorry. Man. But anyway, yeah. So see, once again, and you know what? To be honest with you guys, here's the psychosis. If that place was still open, I would still go eat it. So there you go. I would go back. $7 all-you-can-eat protein buffet. I don't care. Turtle, what's the macros? Looks good to me. Let's go. So, that's again, gets a little crazy. Kayleen, give me another situation, all right? Let's say you're just taking, I know you guys used to go like to the lake and stuff a bunch, right? Oh, yeah. So what do you bring when you are doing like a lake day, a beach day, a freaking river rafting, whitewater river rafting day, whatever it is you do, right? Like what do you, aside from canned chicken,
I was going to say, canned chicken was my main go-to at the lake. Yeah. You could even like dip some chips in it, and you have like canned chicken dip anyway. Another good one is lunch meat is really portable to go.
Oh, yeah.
Again, sketch totally, but You get like oven roasted chicken breasts. Fucking, it goes down so quick too. I could eat probably my body weight in like processed deli meats. Like, they're so good. Yeah, some mustard on there. Some Velveeta cheese up in that bitch. If we're going naughty, I'm throwing some Velveeta.
Might as well.
But yeah, also, Greek yogurt is a great to go. Like, they have like the ones with sugar in it already, but like the Oikos have like the artificial sweeteners, so they're actually very low carb and a good amount of protein. So I feel like they're only like 15 grams each, but like you stack up a couple of those, you can get some pretty good protein. I will say yogurt for me is not satiating at all. So if I'm going to cut, I avoid it at all costs because I need to chew my food. I need to like feel like I'm actually eating something. So that being said, if you find you are having a hard time being satiated, Greek yogurt might not be the best for you because you'll just be hungry after. But yeah, those are two really good go-tos that we haven't talked about yet. Also, we've talked about jerky before on our show. You can get a little crazy with the sodium on there, though, so you might need to watch out. Also, with the lunch meats, you can get a little crazy with the sodium as well. So just know, even if you stick to your macros on the lunch day or on the late day, you're out in the sun roasting, not drinking enough water, eating all these highly sodium-laden meats, you might be up a couple pounds on the scale, but it's probably just water retention. Yeah,
exactly. And you know, one thing that is slept on, I will say, which is fucking hilarious, but string cheese, okay? Come on now. They are freaking everywhere. And I know this because the other day I happened to be finishing a workout at my gym, and they have a little cafe there. And I was like, okay, I have some other shit to do. I'm not going to be able to go home and eat something. So I'm going to have to get some damn protein. So I went ahead and I got myself 4 string cheeses.
7 grams
out of the kids section. And I felt a little suspect, buying it, to be honest, because I'm getting my stuff out of there and there's like little juice pouches next to it and little, those pureed vegetable. I was like, this is definitely the kids zone right here, but I'm going. I don't care. And then I go ring myself up 4 cheese sticks. And the person's like, is this it? I'm like, yes, it is. The shame that I feel now. Yes,
where's your kid?
That is it. I'm getting 4. I came here to eat 4 cheeses. And that's it, because again,
that's like 28 grams.
Hey, they're killer. Yeah, it's killer. I mean, a little bit more fat than maybe some people want, but in a pinch, come on now. And they got those everywhere. I think I see cheese sticks everywhere. Like every coffee shop I've ever been in, they got cheese sticks, right? They got. You can get those things anywhere. I mean, again, we're talking about a little bit of goteen, folks. The quick fix protein you need. It might not be your favorite meal, right? Like, hopefully you don't enjoy sitting and eating 4 cheese sticks at once. Maybe you do. That's what you pick. I would
absolutely enjoy that. Are you kidding
go
me?
for it. If that's what you want for your meal plan, fuck yeah, go. Cheese all day, but...
Woo, you'll be blocked up. But I do have a question. Do you eat your string cheese like a psychopath and just bite it, or did you string it?
I definitely don't string it. That shit is so fucking boring. I'm like, what is... never. I did that, like, I think I remember, like, when I was very long time ago doing that, and I was like, what is the point of this? Just very
so
slowly.
So much better that way. Oh my gosh.
Just because it takes longer, that just proves that people are dieting. Like, that's all that is. That's just that's the mental side of it. You can pretend that, it's so many, this piece has exactly 3 calories. This piece
it's like ribbons of tastiness on your tongue.
No,
like,
I eat my shit like a wild boar, Like,
did you eat all 4 of them at the same time?
Literally, I did eat it like that. That's
4-pack just
fucking bam. I ate it like a fucking Slim Jim, and then I'm out of there. I'm not having it. I was already getting judged by the cashier who's like, is this it? This is 4 cheese sticks? You're in a coffee shop. And like this place, by the way, is very advanced, like for a gym. It's the only place I've ever seen. It's like a real cafe. They have coffee. They'll make you a fucking pizza in there. And I'm getting 4 cheese sticks and they're like, this is it? You all right? Do we need to call somebody? Like, do you need help?
They're probably like, this bitch is keto.
They're like, what is this guy doing here? What is he doing? He could have got the muffin. But anyway.
You know what I forgot? My fucking favorite dairy source of protein, which is cottage cheese. Oh my God.
I was going to say that too.
You're on the cheesecake. Cottage cheese is a fucking bomb. Like, oh my God, it's so good. And if you haven't eaten it, since for 10 years, fucking try it again because it's delicious. If you want, you can whip it up and it turns it into more of like a cheese dip. And so that way you don't have the weird curds. Cottage cheese is so good. And then
great for gains.
So good. Also, it has a lot of casein in it. So if you are one to eat before bed, they say eating casein before bed helps you sleep deeper and recover better. So boom, cottage cheese before bed, but try to make it like at least an hour before bed because you don't want to eat right before bed. It'll affect your sleep.
Anyway, that's like an 8 to 10 hour release on protein from that, you guys. So pretty freaking killer if you think about it. You want protein all the time. And, it blows my mind because I'll make people some meal plans here and there, whatever, and I'll put cottage cheese in there and they get fucking mad every time. Like, no, can't do cottage cheese. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean you can't do cottage cheese? That's it. What are we doing here? This isn't, it ain't candy, folks. It ain't candy,
I'm offended.
But it ain't Halloween either, And then, gut health too. Great for gut health. A little bit of fermentation, a little bit of whatever, They even have some. I was looking at some the other day that has literal enzymes and shit in it now. I don't know what they're doing with these things. But hey, could be good. Could be bad. I don't know. Figure it out. Try it.
Fuck around and find out.
Have some cottage cheese. See what you think, folks, because it is good and it's killer. Like, because if I'm going to eat cottage cheese, I eat that whole little tub,
Oh,
like
fuck yeah.
It's like 4 servings or something.
Supposed to
That's
be
like
4
fucking
servings.
100 grams of protein almost. It's crazy. That's, what?
I was just going to say, they don't really make to-go cottage cheese as much as, the Greek yogurts and stuff. But fuck, one of those things is like pretty much a to-go cottage cheese. Like you could do it. Yeah. Literally buy containers. Like when I'm traveling somewhere, I just eat it out of the container. I'm just like, fuck yeah, this shit's so good. And
there's ways to make it taste different too. If you don't like the way it tastes plain, you can put fruit in it. Or honey even or something if you got the macros for it.
Protein powder makes it delicious.
Does it?
Oh, yeah. Half a scoop of protein powder. If you are deep in prep and you put like cottage cheese with a half scoop of protein powder, maybe some mini chocolate chips if it fits in your macros, it feels like you're eating a cheesecake.
It's like a poor boy cheesecake, right?
Poor macro cheesecake.
Hey, you know what? Whatever works. And it's protein filled. Full of gains, folks.
Yes.
I don't know. Yeah, you can get that pretty much a lot of places. What about, we didn't talk too much about it. What about ready-made protein drinks? I think you said something about that, but how often do you go to that? Do you ever go to that? Or are you looking at Whole Foods mostly if you can?
Literally, same thing for satiety's sake. Like, chances are if I'm not going to, like, eat out for my protein, I'm in a cut and, like, I'm not going to drink my protein. Like, it is a last-ditch like, I guess I'm going to have to take this, liquid protein, but they don't satiate me at all. It's just like, feel like I pee it out, even though I know I don't pee it out. That didn't fill me up at all. So yes, I will. So for example, when I was training for the cheat track back in New York and my fucking protein was like 200 plus grams and I knew like I would be having a lot of protein for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but like not enough. I went to the gas station and I bought a couple protein. Like I got the protein shake that had like 50 grams of protein, which I'm like, damn, that's a lot of protein for this. But yeah, so I think that's the last time I actually bought a protein shake. I did buy a package of protein shakes to make with my creamy, but I didn't really like it. So I'm like, giving them away to people pretty much.
Yeah, well, protein is protein, folks. That's what you got to get. Again, though. It goes to there is a list. There's a hierarchy. Yeah. Trying to get a better one at least if you get those. I'm no stranger to having pre-packed protein, but I know some of it's fucking bullshit and a lie. Sometimes you see these ones that say, like if you go look at a gym, most gyms have that little fridge just full of these $40 somehow. It's $40, this little shake, And some of them say outrageous things that just are not true. And I'm like, okay, there's the supplement industry getting it. It's like 68 grams of protein. Really? Is that what that is? You kid. Somebody put this in a fucking, I want to see it. Take it to a lab. Let's test it together. I want to watch it. And what's funny? They've done that kind of stuff with other things that say they have huge protein, and then they go test them. They actually do it, and they're like fucking 5 grams.
Dude, nothing what I need to do is I need to hook it up with my friend, that I was talking about with the lab. I should fucking test some shit out with her.
You should do that. We should start testing supplements because, that's the whole reason for the USADA and all that, the anti-doping agency and whatever, is because of all the shit that is in supplements that are getting put in there that nobody knows about. Like, for years, steroids and other weird compounds and untested things have been getting into protein powders and pre-workouts and aminos and whatever. Nobody knows. Everybody's like, oh yeah, it feels great. I'm taking this and this, and the fucking liver's destroyed because you've been pounding back untraced amounts of steroids in your protein shake for 10 years. You know, it's crazy. But it does happen, folks, and it does happen. So I don't know that the ones at the airport and things like that are going to contain it, but they don't always have the best ingredients. And I think there's still some smoke and mirrors on some of the stuff. So
for sure.
I don't have any brand I'd be like, oh yeah, buy this brand. I don't do that. But you know, make your own damn decisions. We all find different ways to poison ourselves. So find the one you like best and do that. But point is, if you can get cheese sticks, you can get yourself some hard-boiled eggs. You can get some.
Hey, you know what? Cottage cheese.
Might be good, might be better. Just do that. Fuck, you know, it's still got crap in it, but at least it's got a little bit less, hopefully, because the protein industry, supplement industry, it gets wild. You won't hear on this list protein Cheetos or anything, I don't think, you know, or any of that weird stuff. I don't ever suggest that. I don't think Caileen would. I mean, because even if you're in a pinch, that just blatantly goes too far off the path, in my opinion. Like, that's just... You start thinking, you know, every day. Like I remember when I'm not going to say the brand, but you remember like when the protein chips and all the things started coming out some years back, and then everybody in the world is eating them, and they're putting them in their mac. People are smashing them, making freaking crusts and bread to put in their toaster out of them. I'm like, this defeats the point, you guys. What are you doing here? You know, just adding protein to a food does not make it a good food. So that's one of those things you got to be careful with out there in the trenches. Granted, you know, if you decide you think the best thing to serve you at the 7-Eleven when you're on the road and you got 7 hours to go, you find a protein cookie, all right, whatever. Just know it's still a cookie, motherfucker. That's it, right? Like, you got to understand.
That's, you know, that's another one of the things where it's like, you know, they advertise how many grams of protein it is, but they never say anything else. So anything that's blatantly advertising how much protein it has, check the back of it, because chances are the rest of them.
It's a trick. It's marketing, folks. It's marketing. Yeah. Like literally, I just saw, actually, this is funny that you brought this up, and we're just always off. You guys, thanks for listening if you're hanging out with us. But I just saw actually something, you know, that ice cream Halo Top or whatever it is, Halo Top. Yeah. So their original packaging, it used to say like 7 net carbs and 8 grams of protein per serving and this many calories, and it fucking bombed, right? Like it never sold. It was in the beginning. They didn't sell hardly any of it. They changed the packaging to say good source of protein and however many calories, and it sold like millions and millions of dollars, right? Because again, people just walk through the store and they're like, oh, protein, oh, calories, oh, let me buy it, right? And it's the exact same stuff, you guys. So again, a lot of the stuff you see on the packages and so on and so forth, it's all marketing. It's all trickery.
And you know what? I've been there. A good part of my life 5 years ago was finding the newest Halo Top at my ice. Like I would go to a specific grocery store that had Halo Top. It was the only one that had Halo Top. And I would go there and they would have like their 5 for $20 sales, which is outrageous for that much little ice cream. And I'd buy like a shit ton. And like, I remember Brad being like, you spent $40 on ice cream? Where are we even going to put all this in our freezer? You know? Yeah. And it tasted like shit, you know, like it was not good. But I told myself it was good. And I was one of the crazy, that protein company, I was deep into their stuff back in the day. They had great marketing, man. But now I actually...
Yeah, that's the funny thing. When you do this also as a business like we do, like, you know, Team Flex ain't free, folks. Any of you out here, you know, you come get a trainer, you're going to pay to get a trainer because that's what you do. It's investing in yourself. But then when you're also a part of the fitness industry and you realize all these other motherfuckers are running a business, you start to see right through the smoke and mirrors of what they're doing, right? Because we don't do that, but like, you know, it'd be way too fucking easy to do that we wanted to do that. If we wanted to blatantly just rip people the fuck off like all these supplement industries do. I mean, because that's what they do, right? Oh, hey, you know, that'd be like, I'm not even going to say it, but, you know, it's crazy out there. The marketing world, you guys, in the fitness industry, it's unchecked, it's unmonitored, and it will influence you. And this is not even about goateen anymore, but... Yeah. We're going to regroup. Where are we at here, Caileen? What else we got? Any other ideas? I think we kind of hit them all in some ways.
I mean, at the very end, if we're going as natty as possible, like fucking, if you need to go protein, just portion out your normal proteins, freeze it, and take it to go. And that's, you know, going to keep you on your goals to the best, like, realist capacity, because, like, obviously, especially if you're, again, we have different tiers of everything. If you're competitor level and I'm traveling, like, I honestly don't want shit to go side. I don't want a skewed check-in after I've been working so hard because I'm inflamed from the 20 different seed oils in this bar that's got my joints feeling bad too. Like, honestly, I'm at the point in my life, like, I will just, I've been known to eat out of a stasher bag in the airport, you know, with my peas and my spaghetti squash and my ground turkey. And, you know, I don't give a shit anymore. People can stare. I don't give a shit. Yeah. But yeah, so that's obviously like the most ideal, but I get we're not all comfortable enough eating out of bags of Ziplocs and stuff like that. That's like, you know, I've been doing this for like fucking 9-10 years now. So that's where I'm at in my life. And it doesn't have to be where you are right now, but it could be somewhere that you can strive to be. And it saves you a shit ton of money, let me just tell you, because everything that we've just mentioned, if you buy it at an airport, is so goddamn expensive. So you make it all, bring it all yourself. If you can prepare ahead of time, that saves you so much fucking money. But if, you know, supply and demand, if you need it on demand, you're going to be paying for it. But that's my little parable for today.
Yeah, and the last thing I was going to say too is you kind of talked about it, but people got to have the fucking balls to go tell a restaurant to give you a piece of meat. All right, like, people are afraid of this. I just had this conversation the other day with one of my clients who's traveling, and she's trying to eat her meal plan. Blah blah blah. She's like, "What do I do? What am I going to do?" And I was like, go to the fucking restaurants then, because they get there, right? And everybody always assumes that their hotel is going to be the most amazing. It's going to have fucking, you know, a whole plethora of things for you to eat, or a refrigerator or a microwave. And most of the time it does not. Don't plan on that, folks. Don't plan on that. But, you know, and then so she brings all this food and stuff. And she's like, what do I do now? I can't even eat any of my food because I don't have a fridge. I'm like, go to a restaurant. And then, like, she's trying to figure out, oh, what can I eat off the list? I'm like, order a fucking piece of chicken. Your meal was chicken, and it was, you know, fucking vegetables, and it was sweet potatoes. Ask the damn person for those things. I guarantee you they will come up with something. But people are afraid, right? And it's not the first time that I've encountered this. People are afraid to ask, like, to be inconvenient to a restaurant. What the hell? That's what they're there. You're there. You're there in their place. They're supposed to serve you. Tell them what to do. You pay them. It ain't for free. They're not. I'll tell you what. Nobody's bringing you chicken breast and sweet potato and fucking green beans and saying, "Hey, it's on us. See you later." Nobody's doing that. So you know what? You fucking tell them what you want. It doesn't matter if it's on the menu. Say, hey, waiter guy, I'm a fucking bodybuilder, all right? I got shit to do, bro. Can you get me a chicken breast with some potato stat? And they'll go, oh, yes, we can, sir. Yes, absolutely. It's going to be, well, it's like, you know, when they ask you for an avocado at fucking Chipotle, and they're like, it's going to be an extra charge. Is that okay? And you just say, yeah, motherfucker, gains. I need this shit. Give me it, right? And that's it. So, you know, don't be afraid to ask places that are literally made to serve you. Like, Caileen, could I come to the cheat truck if I wanted, right? Granted, you and Brad would have to do whatever the fuck I came up with, right? But if I was a normal person, if I was a normal guy, and you knew I wouldn't dog you or make you hate your life for 3 months after, and I came up there and I was like, hey, Caileen, I want that buffalo chicken pizza that you're not even serving today. I want you to make it. And I also want just the chicken with some fucking sauce and some cheese. Could you give it to me? You could give it to me. It ain't on your menu, but Brad be like, fuck yeah, bro. Gains, fist pump, let's go. Come on, right?
You know, with my protein, you know, background, I cannot not have a chicken-based pizza on my menu because my heart is like, no, somebody needs some protein. In fact, last week I justified a piece of, you know, chicken parm pizza because I was like, well, this has some protein on it. I made it fit in my macros. I was like, yeah, this is awesome. Didn't have some breading on it, but I made it work. And you know what? I still lost weight and checked in fine. So I will say on the restaurant bit, I know it can be hard. I was a people pleaser to the T's. I'm working on it. I'm getting better about it. But you can also tell a tiny white lie and say that you have severe allergies to things and be like, look, if I don't eat just this piece of chicken with just these vegetables, I will literally shit in this booth, and then you're going to have to clean it up. You don't have to say it as much as that, but like you could be like...
You should, though.
For a lot of people...
make sure you get a plain piece of chicken for sure.
You know, you tell a waiter, oh, I'm a bodybuilder, just get me a piece of chicken. They roll your eyes. You say, hey, look, I have severe food allergies. Can you please just get me a chicken? Is that within your realms? And then, of course, if they're like, we cannot do that, we've talked about this before. Fasting is an option, too. Until you can get a protein that will work for you.
Oh, yeah.
So.
And tell them to fuck off and go to the restaurant next door. That's what I would do, right? Hey, you know what? Make it your mission. Go on a Go Team, Protein, fucking hater rant. Get their Yelp. Pull it up. Say, this fucking place wouldn't give me a chicken breast. They suck. I went next door. They gave me chicken breast. And you know what? I get you. Maybe they'll mail you one. Maybe they'll send you one. They'll probably fix it, because at the end of the day, folks, again, I don't understand this piece. Like, right? Like, I don't know. I don't get it. I understand Caileen says she had it, right? The people pleaser, whatever. But hey, you're going to a place that is literally there to serve you, to give you what you're supposed to be getting out of it. So again, don't feel bad if you do that. And leave a fucking bigger tip if you want, right? Like, leave a bigger tip. That's it. You could throw an extra fucking $10 on there, or whatever you want to do at the end of the day if the guy got you a chicken breast and he wasn't supposed to, So I don't know. That's just my opinion on it. But Caileen, you never...
Oh.
I'm back. You in here?
Okay, I'm like, you died.
Still recording. Dang it! The freaking some waiter is running our system right here and is mad at me right now. Oh man. Okay, we're back in. It's still recording. I think we're good. We're good. We're still recording. Anyways, you never answered my original question. Would you give me a bowl of chicken and cheese with some buffalo sauce on it and be mad about it? Or would you be okay with it? Because you know what I'd do? I'd be like, Caileen, here's a $20 tip. Thank you for the fucking chicken and your inconvenience. You'd be excited, right? Come on, let's be honest.
I would honestly be excited. In fact, it's something that we're like literally adding to our menu. Like I'm going to call them like keto bowls or something like that. Cause it will be like meat and cheese and pepperoni, and it'll be fucking delicious too. But like, it's, at least it's gluten friendly and, cause a lot of people are gluten free and it's hard to do that as a pizza truck, but hey, throw some meat and cheese in there and boom, you got something that's going to taste delicious. I did this myself. Actually, I was working an event and I just brought my own chicken and then I like topped it with some cheese and some sauce and threw it through the oven. I was like, this is fucking amazing. It's so good.
Yeah. And the truth of the matter becomes, it's all in your head, folks. If you think that's going to make somebody mad, like somebody working at a restaurant, I mean, you're not even it's not like you're usually talking to the owner of the fucking restaurant. It's not like Gordon Ramsay. And you know what? Gordon Ramsay, if he wants to come out and say some shit about the fact you ordered a plain chicken breast, tell him to hit me up. I'll talk to him. I'll argue with Gordon Ramsay on your behalf, okay? But the point is, it's not, folks. It's not. It's some fucking... somebody working there, that's their job. They go there for a few hours. They go home. They have their own life, their own things. They don't care if you want a fucking chicken breast or not. All right? Just ask. They'll get you one. Yeah. That's the way it works. And if they don't, again, like that restaurant, okay, go somewhere else. There's not one restaurant. There's not one place to go. There's not one place to be. You can get plain ass meat patties and chicken fucking shit from fast food joints even. So you better believe anywhere else will do it, okay? And that's the other option. It's not even the most ideal, but I have seen, right? I don't have it. Maybe you have experience with this. You can get apps for fast food places now and things, I guess, right? Like I've seen that you can get a McDonald's app or whatever, and you can order your shit ahead. I don't know. But so, okay, you could go on there and you can edit out all the shit you do and don't want and then fucking order it and walk in, pick it up and leave. Nobody talks to you. You don't talk to anybody. Oh, I just want beef patties. Okay, I'll get fucking 4 of those with some cheese on it and this, I don't want that. Great. Go for it, folks. You can do this kind of stuff. I mean, if you're sitting there thinking that you're limited in yourself. That's all it is. You're limiting yourself, right? Because you're not trying to actually stay on track with your shit. You're trying to go off, which is the end of the story. There is no answer, folks, for not getting your goatine, for not getting your protein. If you're skipping it, you're skipping gains. You're losing. There is no excuse that makes sense because of all the reasons. We can go for 6 more hours. We're not gonna, but we could.
We really could. I really thought we were done like 30 minutes ago, and then we just keep on coming with them.
Oh, no, I got
there's no excuse after listening to this to not hit your protein goals.
Got volts of shit in here, Last one is, hey, go out in the woods and kill something. No, I'm just kidding. That one would take a lot longer. But if you have to, shit, you see a pigeon and you're hungry, start throwing some rocks at that damn pigeon. Figure it out, folks, okay? Either way, you got gains.
I think I'm going to fasting at that point. I'm not eating a dead pigeon on the side of the road. If it was a chicken on the side of the road, I'd do it. But
exactly.
Pigeon, that wouldn't be worth my time.
If I was asking you genuinely to do that, that would be wild. The rest of this episode was not wild, guys. Okay, this is basic shit. You can do this. You either go kill a pigeon with a fucking rock and eat it for the protein, or you ask the waiter for a fucking chicken breast. You pick. That's it. That's all you get.
There you go. I mean, that does put it into perspective, really, when you think about it.
Yeah, that's it. That's all we're talking about. So I got nothing else. Caileen, do you?
Yeah. I mean, I think on that bombshell, we just wrap it here.
All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. We'll be back soon. Caileen, just real quick, where can everybody follow you real fast?
At CAILEAN_team FFLEX on Instagram. Boom. And I do have Facebook, but just do it.
You do and you don't. So there you go.
Yes.
All right. We'll be back, folks. Thanks.